Yeah, we're going to record, man. Welcome back, Community Coalition Show.
It's good, gang.
We can't tell you the conversation we have before we do this, right?
Hey,
so
try some homebrew.
You see, there you go. See,
there you go.
Yeah, what's up, community? What's up, y'all? K Wilson,
good,
David 2K. Another week of madness, all kinds of crazy stuff going on
all day. Big mug chilling.
Also, got to say too, make sure sponsored by Black Squirrel Media Network. I need to make sure I say that more often. We're doing it in the post. I got to make sure I say it actually on the shows.
Yes.
So check us out.
Come to Black Squirrel.
Yep. Shout out to Black Squirrel Media Network, part of Black Squirrel Media. Check us out, www.blacksquirrelmedia.com/DSMN. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm not going, gosh. Okay. So many different directions I can go in, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not in the mood for a lot of stuff right now, man. So I will start.
I think. Well, I know why, but I was about to say something, but let's start the topic first.
Okay, got to set it up because it'll make more sense this way. I'm going to go back to birthday weekend. It was my birthday weekend.
We hung out.
Now it was funny. I was thinking about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
After last week's show, and talk about people wilding out in the streets and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? I did have a couple things I wanted to do. We did bonfire, we hung out, we kicked it, but it was safe at the crib.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing serious. Yeah, man. We still had the fire out, so you can't be, too close around the fire. Go ahead and get burnt. So we was on the backyard with the fire pit, so we did that.
Mm-hmm. It was a whole vibe too.
Whole vibe, man. It was just.
I'm definitely gonna post a pic soon.
You took pics?
It was.
I didn't realize you took pics.
No, it was just the fire.
Okay, none of us took pictures.
Right.
That's crazy, right? And I forgot. I totally forgot. But it was just nice to get together, be safe, But it was good to have social interaction. I understand what people are going through. I understand the need. I just feel like sometimes we gotta be safe, right?
Yeah.
But before that,
because every time we link up, I get this rush. Or anytime I link up with anybody now, I just get this rush. I've been feeding for this my whole life. Yes.
And I imagine that's what everyone else is going through.
Right.
We as human beings, we need interaction.
Right.
Some people
that attention.
Some people more than others, but some people we kind of need that. We need to be around each other, especially if you have family, you have loved ones. You want to see them. So this has been a rough time for a lot of people.
Right. Sometimes you don't want to see them.
Sometimes you don't. That's what I said. Sometimes not all the time, but
yeah.
Like me, I have periods where I like to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I got people, but there are times even when around people like to be alone. Even with the fam, I got my man cave down here. I come down here, I hide out. I need peace and quiet. And I kind of did that this weekend. That was Friday night. We hung out Saturday. That was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of out. And I went for a drive.
Right.
It was a beautiful night in the DMV. This area. Friday night. Saturday night was a little bit more windy, but Friday night was nice. So I was like, you know what?
It was amazing.
People actually hit me up, what you doing? You turning up? It's your birthday.
Trying to link up.
Yeah. And at first I was like, I don't know, because I didn't want to be out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I did kind of want to be out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a drive.
Yeah.
A nice night. Let me just ride. I just want to feel the wind. First night, I think this year we were kind of able to do that, really feel like spring.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm home. I'm by myself. Let me just take advantage. So I rode.
Mm-hmm.
I made it downtownish.
Yeah.
Riding through, come through the alley, one of the spots we've been to.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, snap, they got the live band out here.
Ooh.
Oh, they got the tents. They outside.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me go see what's up.
Yeah.
So I pull in. And again, it was the main reason why I did it because it was outside,
Right.
So they had tables, tents. So I was able to kind of sit in the back, social distance, mask on.
Sure.
Caught the vibe out there, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh man, the little reggae band, house band they had out there.
The bands that they usually have out there, that it's pretty dope. Like,
Yeah,
it's
and
that downtown like type thing.
and to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
they could have been trash, and I wouldn't have cared.
I feel that. I totally feel
I was
that.
just, I was just so happy to just like, you know what? I just wanted to feel some wind.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be out a little bit. I didn't want to be crowded. You know, like I'm not trying to do all that yet. I know people was out there in them streets.
Mm-hmm.
I tipped my toe in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So just catching the vibe.
You had to check the temperature of the water.
I had to check the temp. I can't talk trash unless I see
Temp
what's
check.
going on. You know?
Temp
Yeah.
check.
So caught the vibe. I'm out there, and you know me, I people watch.
Right.
So that's another thing.
As do I.
So I never realized how much I miss people watching. You know, and I observe a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty much like taking notes. You know, caught the vibe. Right. At this point, I got my rum punch. The band is playing. I'm outside, and a lot of people were out. You know, it was one of those nights, and also especially if you know that, like I'm downtown Silver Spring. I know for most people don't know, it's right outside of DC, like literally DC border. Nice little spot. They got a bunch of lounges on the strip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm outside, and so there's a lot of people moving back and forth. You know, a lot of friendly people. One dude just came up and just wanted to start talking to me. I'm like, dude, get out of my face. I'm chilling, vibing. I don't know you. Like, back up. Like, he just kept trying to start a conversation. I don't know why people just want to start a conversation with me.
Yeah, the sad thing is that I know I'm that person,
but
that will either start a conversation or receive the conversation, and especially with receiving the conversation, at this point, I know that like it's gonna happen.
I know, but like, I'm a large black man. Like, why? Like, I just don't understand.
Not a large black man, just to clarify. But it's really funny because I've been out with Kenny and I've seen this happen.
Like, people just like random, like then they tell you that whole life story.
Right.
Like,
that has happened too while we were out.
Like, I'm sitting and I know I can have RBF.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a reason. Sometimes, like, if you're focusing on something, you just got a face, you know. Mm-hmm. And I know I can't hold my faces sometimes. So when I'm by myself and I'm scrolling, I'm looking like, what? Like, you know. And dude just pops up out of nowhere, like, hey, what's going on, fam? How you doing? Like, first of all, back up, social distance. I got a mask on. I'm not playing that right now. Like,
right. Oh, did he have a mask?
He did.
Because I remember we were talking about this.
Yeah, no, but he had a mask on. I was still, if he got too close, I'm punching you in your chest at this point. Like, if you get in punch radius, I'm punching you in your chest. That's how I feel. Man. Yeah, don't back up. Don't get too close. Like,
gotta check the wingspan check.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm sitting down. I'm at a table by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I asked to be. I'm kind of like in the back of the tent area.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of off to the back. One, I'm a big dude. I don't like to be, you know, like, I don't want to sit in front of people. I like to have my space. You know, that's always been my thing. If I go somewhere, I like to have my space. That's why and I know later I'll talk about that too. But like, when I go out,
I'm pretty much the same way.
Yeah. Even when I go out, like before COVID, if I went to a lounge, if I went somewhere like that, I'm willing to pay for my space. You know what I'm saying? Meaning,
I'm
like,
not.
I know, but
I usually just find a spot and then I just usually chill there.
Yeah, but the older I've gotten,
mm-hmm.
I like to be comfortable. You know, back in the day, I used to go to the spot, go to the club, go out, and like you just post up all night.
Yeah.
I'm old. My knees hurt. I can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, like, you know, I'm like the Tin Man. I got oil the knee up, you know? So I've come literally. Like, so I've come to like
oil up them knees.
Yeah, you gotta oil them up. But like, I like my space.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go somewhere, normally I'll set it up in advance. If it's reasonable, I'll pay for the space. I don't go out like all the time. So it's like, if I got to pay for a table, I'll pay for a table. I might, you know, like sometimes it's worth it. But I'm out. I didn't have to do that this time. And I'm just kind of just watching people. I'm just watching, man. And I was disappointed. Disappointed in us as a
You're
people.
Disappointed in your people.
I mean,
our people.
I am disappointed in our people. I am.
Man.
This is something I've been feeling for a while.
I loved it. I absolutely love this because like I've seen it.
And we've talked about this. Like we've gone places and I'm like, fam, like what? So what I'm saying is,
and that's the best part of people watching. You just see people wild out and you look at it and it's like, fam, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah. So
oh man.
That's where I'm at. But like it wasn't like people they weren't acting crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I was more so disappointed. I'm like, okay, let me set it up. It's Friday night.
Right.
We're talking about nightlife. People are going out, lounges, clubs. It's date night. And I felt grossly overdressed. And I shouldn't have been. Right. Mind you, I wasn't wearing anything crazy.
Right.
I had on like this like purple kind of like different texture shirt. Like it was like a long sleeve shirt. I mean, not too much off from this, you know, but it was purple, right? Shout out to my boys at One Bone. They hold me down. That's my folks. But you know,
sponsors.
I mean, they my peoples. I kind of, you know, hold them down for the big fellas. Right. We you know, we friends. I'll say that right now. We's friends. We communicate. But they held me down. I got this bomb purple shirt, long sleeve. It was like I said, wasn't too crazy.
Right.
What pants was I wearing? Oh, I had on some white pants, like some spring pants.
Right.
You know, nice little shoes. Nothing. That wasn't anything crazy. I'll be honest. Like no jacket, no blazer, no nothing. Like I said, I wasn't really expecting to move around.
Oh, I thought you were wearing a blazer.
I was not wearing a blazer. I didn't.
And they still
did not wear a blazer. Like I really wasn't expecting to move around. That's why I said if I'm gonna go somewhere, you know, like I just put on kind of something a little bit more chill, kind of more, you know, like I'm still me, you know, like so I'm out and I'm just watching people like, yo, y'all going to the spot, y'all going inside. What the hell are you wearing? Like dudes look like they just got off work. Like is that the company t-shirt?
Which is probably accurate.
But it's at this point we're talking about like 10, 11 o'clock p.m. Fam, what are y'all doing? Like, I don't know. I come from the old school. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the old man on the porch again. I don't know. When you go somewhere, clean up a little bit, look decent, put something decent on. You know, make sure your clothes are clean, especially shoes. Like, you separate that you're going out, you know?
Right.
For the most part, this is old school me. Your stuff that you're going to go out shouldn't be the same stuff that you wear on a day-to-day basis. You know, like you got something put away, especially like shoes and stuff. So I'm seeing dudes. So, okay, let me back up a little bit. I'm outside, chilling outside. Folks hit me up.
Right.
Hey, what you doing? And, you know, it's birthday. What's going on? Like, oh, you know, what's up? So I'm like, I'm out here chilling. Cool, bet. I meet you out there. All right. So we get out, you know, they meet up, folks meet up. Starting to get a little too, you know, this different out there. So I'm like, yo, let's go up on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Go grab a drink. Let's get up on the rooftop. So hit security, go up on the spot upstairs. So now we upstairs, right? We chilling. And if I'm gonna take a sorry.
I was about to say what's going down.
No. So, you know, we get upstairs. And now we're in the spot. We in the lounge. Now this place is supposed to be one of the more upscale places in the area. That's how they market themselves. That's how they come across. You know, the inside kind of supposed to look like that. Dress code's supposed to be enforced. All kinds of stuff.
Right.
So me and folks get up there. And we are the most overdressed people out there. Mind you, none of us is wearing anything like out there.
Okay.
Out there.
The thing about that is, first of all, I remember what you sent.
Okay, so was that crazy, or do you think that was like going out where?
I mean, I guess it was for them.
Knowing them, knowing folks.
Knowing folks.
Like, I can see folks wearing a lot worse.
Yeah.
I've
seen it.
I thought it was still, like I said, that's to me like.
But if you also for them, very casual, very chill, they'll get in anywhere.
Yeah, that's my thing. Cleaned up, looking, right. Everybody looking great.
Right. But also, I've seen.
But that's what I'm saying. Folks, we know folks get down.
Right.
So that's why we would, so us together, we chilling. Mm-hmm. Vibing. But as I start to look around, and another thing too, again, I found another spot in the corner. Mm-hmm. Hollered at security. I'm like, yo, that spot over there, found a little table in the cut. Again, right. I'm away from people. Everybody out there, found a little spot table. So I'm feeling okay.
Comfortable.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I know like we masking on and stuff, but like mm-hmm. I'm away from people in the spot. So,
right.
But it was a spot that looked exclusive. So,
okay.
So I say this to say, we the most dressed up people in the spot, mm-hmm. in the area that looked the most exclusive. Mm-hmm. So it kind of looked like who that?
Y'all VIP, y'all chilling.
So people was looking.
We don't rock with these peoples here.
Yeah, people, so we getting the looks, but I really more so think because we really just looked fancy, but I don't think we looked fancy. I think we were just overdressed. I didn't know. So I say all this to say, I'm watching. Mm-hmm. First of all, my dudes, my black men.
What's up?
That's where I got upset. Mm. It's hard.
I can see that.
I mean, you go into the spot. One, well, I mean, I know this has been a trend. Like, look like you going out. Like, again, don't come in the lounge with the dusty Jordans on. Not even the fresh ones, the dusty ones. Like, them joints you cut grass in. Them joints is like old that you bought a second pair, so you just rocking the old pair like to go to the mailbox. Right. Like, that's what I'm seeing out there. Like I said, my man came in with the company T-shirt on. Like, what is it? Like, I'm like looking at the logo. Like, what does that say? Like,
where my mind just immediately went?
Where?
I've had this friend. You've definitely had this friend. The one that says, "Hey," that hits everybody up and says, "Hey, where the bitches at?"
and that's the homie. That's the homie you like. No. That's the homie you can't bring with you. That's the homie that's either mad embarrassing, mm-hmm. or he looks sloppy,
right?
Or he gonna say something crazy out his mouth. Like,
yeah,
that's that guy, and that's what I felt like I was surrounded by. I'm like, but I mean, so the point I'm trying to make,
you were surrounded by Mr. Bitches,
but like, not even just like the old version. This is like the young boy version, though. So it's just like, but I don't.
Oh, Mr. is my father.
I mean, no, I'm talking about like I don't know what he would call himself at this point, but this is like the 2021 version. Like, remember like early 20s, everybody's broke.
Yep.
Everybody's trying to go out, but everybody's broke. You scrounge it up.
We're gonna split a drink, bro.
Yeah. Remember that? What song was that? Wipe Me Down. I pull up at the club VIP, everybody, all drinks on me, but gas tank on E. Wipe me down. Yeah. Yep. That was us. That was all of us in 2021, 22. We pulling our money together. Mm-hmm. We struggling, but we still trying to go out.
You're probably able to get one drink for the whole night.
But the one thing we did is that we looked the part. If nothing else, we was fronting, we was faking it to make it.
Right.
But you couldn't tell by the way we was dressed.
Right.
Nothing else. Fresh shape ups. You got the haircut. You know you going somewhere. Hey, got to hit the barbershop before we go anywhere. That was one thing. 2, fresh outfit. Yo, fresh. We fresh. You know, like I had friends who would I was too big for that. I had friends who would literally share clothes. Like, hey, you wear that joint this time, I'm gonna rotate this next time. So it looked like we got different outfits. We was doing all that crazy stuff just to look fresh.
Right.
You know, even though we was broke as a joke, we was paycheck to paycheck job, you know, 21, 22 jobs. So
and some of us still are. So
yeah. But the one thing is we looked fresh. That was the one thing.
Right. No one could tell y'all anything.
Yeah. When we was coming up, damn, I hate to say I said that. But like, if you didn't look fresh,
right,
you couldn't roll, and you got clowned.
Right.
You was a
they wouldn't let you in.
In this area, you was a Bama. That's what we called you. You got clowned.
Right. And no one would let you in.
And they wouldn't let you in. I used to be a bouncer in them days too. I did the security thing. And one thing we did when the dude walked up, especially if he was by himself, we looked him up and down. And if he looked rough, if he looked whack, either we charged him more or we couldn't let him in and we would blame the dress code. We would literally do that. Like, oh, yeah, you see his shoes, fam? Nah, hit him for 25. Like, that's how we did it. Like, so you couldn't even get into certain places.
Right.
Certain places really exclusive. You couldn't even get in without a jacket, a blazer.
Right.
I remember I told you this story. My man, we rolled up. My man had on like some capri joints, and he thought he was styling. He thought they was fashion, and they was like, "No, what you doing? Get up out of here. Get your man. Y'all can come in."
Whose mess is this?
Yeah, the security was like, "Yo, y'all good, but we can't let him in like that." We try to beg him like, "Come on, man, we came all this way. He look fresh. You can't even say them joints ain't fresh though." He like, "No." Like, that's how it was.
You know what's even funnier in that situation too? You have been a bouncer.
That's what I'm saying.
So you should have told us.
No, he met us. He met us there.
Okay.
So when we pulled up, we all met up outside, and we like, damn. All right, we gotta try it though, because it's too late. You already there.
Right.
So everybody go. We try to sneak him in the middle, like, hold, fan, get your man. You can't come in here looking like this. And he like, come on, please, man. One time, you know. Let him in. He fresh though. You know, they little fat. They see his shirt and all that. You know, right. And they were strict. Like, no, the nigga ain't getting in. So everybody like, we gotta make a life decision. Either we gonna leave him out here, or, you know, like. So when I get to this point now, at 38,
right?
I don't.
Did y'all leave him or?
Yeah, no, we went somewhere else. Couldn't do that to my man. Right. That was the man. You know, can't leave a fallen soldier.
Right.
Can't leave him behind. So no, we just found another spot to go to. We went and found one of them little like college bars where they ain't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's college. Yeah, college.
And then now we got 4 or 5 dudes we got jackets and blazers on, and we at a college bar looking out of place. So stuff like that happens, you know. So I get to this point, I'm looking around and I'm watching, and that was the first thing I noticed. What happened to that? These dudes is in that joint don't care. When I tell you I don't care, like it looked like they literally same clothes they went to work in, not even just nice shoes, wasn't clean, beat up. Nobody care about their appearance. Like they ain't, you know, when you look like you don't shower. That's a problem to me.
Yeah.
Like you didn't take effort to clean up. You ain't put forth no effort to say, present yourself as a man. Black man. That's what kind of got me a little bit. I saw that real quick. And it wasn't like one dude, two dudes. I'm like, all these cats in here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, damn, what happened to this? That was the first thing I observed. Ladies, not as bad. Couple ladies in there, you know, they you could tell they put some clothes on. They got dressed up because I think what it is, the females, my sisters, they've been ready to get back outside.
Absolutely.
You know how black women are. They got outfits waiting to get back outside.
Right.
So as soon as it hit nice, they was out there. A lot of them, they was out there. We look terrible. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, who? So then I got theories. I know we're gonna talk about some of that stuff next week, right? So I'm really like, this is disappointing for me.
Right.
So this has happened before. This has been a trend I've been seeing for the last really couple years. Mm-hmm. People treat me different because I'm the most overdressed dude in the room. Everyone thinks I'm a football player. Hey, dog, you play for the Redskins? No, chill. Leave me alone. It has got me free stuff before.
Have you ever just been like, oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, me and Shanahan, we cool.
Yes. Cool. So I'll tell you this quick story. One year, it was one of my birthdays, because birthdays always crazy for me. We were in a certain spot in DC. We downtown. Mm-hmm. My boy happened. I paid for the VIP. We in VIP.
Right.
I remember I went out. The booth next to us is a player for the Washington Wizards.
Okay.
Him and his folks. His wife was there. Mm-hmm. I knew who he was. I recognized him. Me and my homies ain't small dudes. All my homies, we look like the team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. One of my man 6'6", one other man 6'3". We look like the football team. So I say all that to say, we chilling. We in VIP. We doing our thing. We look the part.
Right.
So the Wizards play.
That's kind of how you're supposed to do that.
That's how it went. So he comes over. First of all, he sends a bottle over.
Oh.
So you get the bottle like, yeah, that's from so-and-so. We like, all right.
Hey, bro.
Do I send one back? Like, nah, I'm not sending one back. Nah. So then he comes over. Him and his wife come over. Mm-hmm. Dap us up and immediately start talking. Man, rough season, man. I know it was hard, man. Like, what's going on?
Yo, I love that.
So immediately my boy is kind of giving that look, and he's a real honest dude. And I was like, man, it's rough, man. It's hard, man. We're gonna try next year, man. Hopefully, So we get to talk. We rap with him and his wife for like an hour. Mm-hmm. Like they was just talking about stuff going on in the city and all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. Talking to him about I know we went to school and stuff. We had mutual friends that went to school together and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Rap with him for almost an hour. Mm-hmm. Never told him names. Never told him nothing. He just assumed we played for the Redskins. Mm-hmm. He did. So I'm like, we roll with it. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes people literally come up and buy drinks and stuff. I told you, I get that a lot. I've gotten Warren Sapp a lot, especially when I shave my head.
Yo, I
told you I had this one.
That's hilarious because you do not look like
I don't think I look like Warren Sapp. When I shave my head, I used to shave my head and I would just have the goatee. Mm-hmm. Big black dude. Everyone thinks we look alike.
Right.
I remember last time I was up in New York. I was at a golf tournament. And this one couple, this older white couple, they literally would not leave me alone the entire weekend. Every time I say it was like, come on, man, this autograph. And I'm like, nah, it ain't me. And he's like, come on, you don't have to lie to me. I know. He's like, I know it's you. You don't have to lie. It's me and you right now. And I'm like, dude, I'm not Warren Sapp. He's like, I know come on. He's like, I can keep it secret. I won't tell anybody. He really thought I was Warren Sapp. And he begged for an autograph for 3 days.
Did you?
No, I actually didn't. I didn't that time. I was like, there's no value for me in this point.
Right.
And he's going to try to get some off of it. And they're going to be like, dude, this is nowhere near Warren Sapp's autograph. I was like, no, but that's how bad it was. Mm-hmm. So you get that a lot, but going back to this weekend, like I said, some of the shorty, it wasn't as bad with the women. I was more disappointed.
Disappointed in us.
Yeah, man. Because I remember what that was like, and maybe it's just me. I know me and you have talked but my thing is okay, if you're gonna go to a little bar, you go to a bar, whatever. Mm-hmm. But if it's supposed to be somewhere upscale, somewhere decent,
right?
Look,
look the part.
But that used to be part of the whole experience of going out. Mm-hmm. Especially when we were single men, hey, there's a lot of competition here. How do I stand out?
Right.
And we didn't do the whole flashy, but You know, put on a nice jacket.
Like you said, decent.
Put on some nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the clothes we went out in were not the same clothes we wore in our regular rotation. Mm-hmm. So I ain't see that. So then that was the first thing I noticed. Second thing I noticed was that the females didn't care. They didn't even care. Dirty dudes still got love.
Yeah.
They was out there grungy, and the girls was just like, oh my God, like falling all over.
So you can't tell me I can't get Gabrielle Union.
And yeah, he dudes with the company lawnmower t-shirt on. Like, yeah. You
know what that says? Hey, I may be dusty, but hey, I got a job. What's up?
And
let me buy you a drink.
And that right there was the reality to hit. No one cared anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, it's changed that fast.
Yeah. But also, you know what song this actually reminds me of, and especially the video? Do you remember that song One More Drink by Ludacris?
Mm-hmm.
He said, if I have one more drink, I'm going to get with you.
Yeah. But they wasn't even drunk yet. It was still early in the night.
Right.
It wasn't like last call we turned the lights on and it's like, let's go. Like, it was like,
oh, don't let the lights come on.
No, it was early in the night. Nobody was drunk yet. Like, that's what I'm seeing. So I'm like, wow, this is where, I guess, I don't know if it's like that in other places. Somebody tell me, let me know. But that's what I saw. That's what I've kind of been seeing for a while.
Right.
This weekend, kind of just like I was expecting, like, hey, everybody coming back out of, quarantining.
Right.
Cats is going to have their outfits ready.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be laid out like the first day of school. No. I seen dudes in that joint. Like I said, I hate to judge, but I'm judging. I don't care. Like, what happened to the value of like getting clean, getting fresh? Women, ladies.
No,
let me say this real quick. Like Dave Chappelle said.
Shouts to Dave.
If you wear the uniform, that's all I'm going to say. So, when you're picking men, appearance should matter. Just like with men, when they're picking a woman, for the most part, not all the time, but appearance should matter a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit.
A little bit. But it doesn't have to be the clothes.
Right.
It's a whole package.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. So I partly blame, I guess, low standards.
All right.
If you come to an upscale spot, you look in the park, you've taken your time to put the makeup on, the hair done, you getting everything done, you did, outfit laid, and then you go holler at grungy dude who ain't showered in a week. Is that how low the standards are now?
Possibly.
That's something that has to be done about that.
But also, if I'm eyeing somebody all night and I'm like, what's up? Like, if I'm making eye contact with somebody all night, she comes over, she's like, hey, what's up? I'm gonna spit my game.
No, as you should.
Even if I don't look the best.
No, as you should, because if she came to you, if y'all making eye contact, she's clearly okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You got your foot in the door already. So whatever you look like at that point, it worked.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's because this might sound a little shallow, but a lot of people, a lot of dudes. Okay, I'm gonna say this instead. There's a collection of dudes that really don't have any game. That their game is terrible.
Yeah.
But especially now, there are dudes that can talk their shit.
Yeah.
So like, especially if you know how to do it.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it works, but here, okay, I'm gonna take it a level deeper.
Okay.
Women, I'm just gonna be blunt and be honest. I'm probably get trashed for this, but whatever. All I hear is how you say you want a successful man. You want a man to do this. You want a man to do that. The man that has all these things, but you don't go for the man that look like that. You don't go for that guy. You go for the homeless looking dude. I'm sorry, I said it.
Oh, but also, I told her that I'm a CEO at a Fortune 500 company.
Fortune 500 companies don't come to clubs with feelers on.
Hey man, I'm humble.
and it's okay to be humble. And I'm not trying to be shallow. But
no, I know what you're saying.
But
go ahead. Got it.
There's intuition in some of this, and maybe that's lost. There's visible clues to some of this stuff, and maybe that's lost too.
Right.
I really just think the standards are so low that people are just willing to set, take a chance at anything at this point.
Right. Take what you can get.
So, because also what I observed, because there was a couple other cats, there was a couple brothers in there, like, and I know, because I've kind of been this guy. The guys you should be talking to are not the guys you're talking to, ladies. There's some brothers in there. When you know, you know. Like I seen homie over there. He seen me. Raise the glass. Because I know he that dude. There's a couple reasons I can tell he that dude. He's got a confident, he's chilling. He's got a confident aura. Cleaned up enough. He cares about himself enough. Not to say that matters, but you can tell. You can tell. I can tell by the quality of the clothes he has on. Doesn't mean that it's name brand. It doesn't have to be designer.
Right.
It's nice for him. Right. Which meant he took time. It cares for him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got the Louis belt on. He don't have the $500, $600 shoes on. It works for him. He's minding his business. You can tell he's had a week and he's relaxing. He's enjoying himself. You know? I can tell there's some season about him. And that's just me being another observant man.
Right.
And we see that about each other. So while he saw me, I saw him. What did we both do? My man. I ain't had to say nothing to him. We 30 feet away. Seen another brother when I was coming in. What's up, big homie? What's up, fam? I see you. I see you.
Just trying to get like you, fam.
That's the whole thing. Trying to be like you. We ain't had to say it, but I saw him. He saw.
Right.
Because we can tell men.
There was a mutual understanding.
Yeah, just like ladies, they point out certain things, the smart ones, the good ones. They know who's who. They point them out. They can tell certain things about a man off first appearance, which still does matter in my opinion. I don't care what nobody else says. It does. That's the first thing you see about somebody. So I'm watching. I see homie. I see other homie over there. You know, I see him. You know, what's good. You know, and they by themselves.
Right.
By themselves. All night, I'm like, okay. Either they don't want to be bothered, but they ain't looking for it either.
Right.
So I'm like, I see a whole bunch of other activity going on. Women these days are aggressive. So if they see something they like, they approach. I had somebody come up to me when folks went to the bathroom. My folks.
I remember you telling me about that.
So they're like, hey, what's going on with you? How you doing tonight? How you doing? I'm like, I'm good. But you just saw me with peoples.
Right.
So you waited. You strategically waited till peoples went to the bathroom. You try to slide in. So you know what time it is around here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching the other dudes. And these not bad looking dudes. They're not bad looking dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, women, do we know how to pick them these days? You know how to pick them? Okay. So I'm like, the dudes you should be talking to are the ones you're not talking to.
Right.
They might not have been out there. They might not have been, because this dude's out there dancing, this dude's out there over the top, like everybody trying to thug it in the corner. I see dudes over there mugging the whole night. You know, they try to holler at every shorty, and they was giving them time of day. But I'm like, that dude right there, I can just tell that's the dude somebody should want to talk to. Nobody did.
Right.
I watched it whole night. Like my man's, sad. So as I'm seeing all this, see all the things I'm observing, I'm like.
But also, we gotta remember what Michael Jordan said. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, but you're shooting at the wrong basket. That's the problem. Everybody's shooting their shots, but they shoot at the wrong baskets.
Oh my gosh, this might be my favorite moment we've ever had.
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
You're not.
That's what I'm seeing all night.
But
like you might as well been shooting at the opponent's basket, running the score up for them, and nobody's telling you.
But also, if I'm Muggsy Bogues and like I see an open shot, like I'm gonna take it. But also, if I'm Muggsy Bogues and maybe Yao Ming is defending me, I still gotta take that shot.
Yeah. But does that mean it's a good shot either?
Nah.
Might have been a pass, one extra pass to make. Might have been some other play to make. But that's just what I'm seeing these days. And then on the flip side of this, I hear this from all my friends. Where the men at? Where the brothers at? He born. He a square.
Yeah.
Keep.
Cause
I can keep going with that.
Keep calling him a square.
Keep calling him a square. He ugly. Yeah, okay.
Keep going with that.
All right. and then I ask my friends who they in trash ass relationships with dudes they know they shouldn't be with. But he like to have a good time. He's fun. He knows how to have a good time.
Hey, funny dudes, we up.
There's a bunch of dudes out here that nobody's paying attention to for whatever reason. Whose fault is that? Because let me tell you right now, I know some of these brothers. You know why they're not in your face all the time? Because he got stuff to do. He's probably got someone in mind. Like I said, I watched a couple of them cats, and I can tell, like, I've been there before. He's probably trying to unwind. He's trying to chill. He's confident in himself, but he's not going to be holla at everybody.
Right.
If somebody made eye contact, he probably confident in himself. You know what time it is. You know where he's going. Right. But he's a gentleman enough not to be up in your face. But if you made it giving him a time of day, you might have caught a good one. We know brothers like that. We was just with some brothers like that a couple months ago. Whole room full of them cats.
Yeah.
They out here. So this is the stuff I'm seeing. We're going to get into more of this. I want to get into more of this for real.
We will.
Because so I'm like, I'm taking notes the whole time.
Right.
Notes.
That's one thing about people watching that a lot of other people that don't do it as much don't understand. Because like when we're people watching, we're definitely taking like just mental notes.
Taking notes. I got to literally have notes on my phone. Like that's where I was. I was just because once I picked up on them, like, wait, what? No. Y'all just giving me material for Monday night. Thank you. Like I knew I was going to talk about this. Like I knew. Thank you for giving me podcast material. Y'all gave me 2 or 3 episodes out of this one. I was just hot. Plus, I've seen some. Like I said, I just thought we, So I'm like, here we go. Right. Everybody wants a hot girl summer. Everybody wants a hot summer. But I think stuff like this is the foundational stuff, is when we start talking about like dating. Right. We start talking about relationships. And everybody wonders why they're in a trash relationship.
Or why they can't get in the relationship at all.
Yeah. It starts with moments like these. Do you know how to read people? Are you selecting the right people? Just something as simple as going out and you picking a dude who likes to have fun. That nigga like to have fun with everybody. He's for the streets. What do you think he does all the time? But that hardworking brother.
What do you think he's doing when you're not there?
How you think you met him? You met him. You was probably number 6 or 7 he hollered at for the night. You're probably for the streets too. Like I'm saying it because this stuff needs to be said. It's just getting frustrating. Like
I should not be called. I don't feel qualified for saying this, but like also like you're kind of. I mean, like when you spend time on. The funny thing is that when you spend as much time on Tinder as I have, you start to see a pattern.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see.
I mean,
you see the group pic, so you don't know which one she is. You see the bikini pic. You see the pic with the friend that you don't know is a friend.
Yeah, the homie that you don't know where he stand, and he know he trying, but he don't know yet. Yeah,
right. No, it's not that he don't know yet. It's that you don't know yet.
Oh, yeah, you. Yeah,
I tell you, I know. I know.
That's bestie. Yeah,
he's the homie. That's my best friend.
Yeah, he bestie, all right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's so funny to see it.
All these dynamics out there. That's what I'm saying. So like, I just want to know what are the determining factors, how we picking. Because like I'm saying, you see it on Tinder. I'm hearing it from my peoples, from my friends, and and it's and again, they're saying the same things.
Right.
It's a pattern out there. Pattern. And then I got some homies, good dudes that are looking. And there's some patterns there too.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I think there's a lot there. We don't have time tonight, but we gonna get there though.
Yes,
we gonna get there.
Yeah, we will.
So yeah, that's how I spent that night. So by the time we was done, I was like, yeah, I can see why everybody's ripping their hair out here. Everybody's confused.
Right.
Does anybody really know what they want to? Down start asking those questions. Y'all know what y'all want? Y'all know what y'all really want? They really
I don't think anyone knows what they want until they start to experience.
Yeah. Are you really willing to put the work in too?
There's that.
I've seen all kinds of stuff, man. Oh man. I think I blame a little bit of culture, society. You know what I'm saying? Like for some of the things that we present out there as a whole. I think we devalue some of this stuff, relationships and things like that. Even so much to the point, like as I'm out, I was mad at the establishment I was in. Because I'm like, I know this place. They used to have a strict dress code. They used to enforce this thing. Again, from people like me who used to work at the door. Not at that spot, but like other spots.
Right.
So I'm like, they had to get in here from somebody. They were lit in here. So the establishment lowered their standards too.
Right.
Because if they wouldn't have known better, they wouldn't have done it. You know how you go to the spot, you're like, nah, I know I can't get in that place. And everybody knows what it is. It's a reputation. So I'm like, this place used to be one way and they've lowered their reputation has been lowered.
Right.
So I'm like, that's not. I put a little bit on that as well. You know? Yeah. So to me, that goes back to like culture. You know?
Right.
If you let the grungy dude in, the grungy dude gonna come in. You know, because sometimes men don't want to put forth effort. You know, sometimes we get lazy. So you get to the point where like, oh, you gonna let me in with this? All right, bet. And I'll come back next week with the same thing on. You know? So it's a lot of observations, man. It's a lot. And I'm gonna say this, and I know what I sound like. I know I sound like the old man.
Yep. I was gonna say, but I was gonna let you say it because
I know. But there was a time where those things it was valued.
Right.
And
they helped.
I mean, yeah. And to me, it made the game easier.
Right.
I don't know. Certain things it did. So I'll wrap up on that. Well, like I said, we're gonna get into some of that stuff. Well, I'm not done, but for this episode,
hopefully we're able to talk more about this, and
we are,
and hopefully get some guests on that can speak to this.
We are, yeah. We got any Bobs and Karens this week, man?
We got a few, bro. Got a few.
Let's get busy.
Mm-hmm.
What's crazy out here?
So there was a policeman that we got a Bob that pulled his gun on a black man at a regular stop.
Okay.
Immediately, like when someone gets pulled over, you expect the policeman to just come over and be like, license and registration. You don't expect a gun in your face. And that's the problem.
Yeah, that is part of the problem. Yeah. Off break. Yeah.
First off, that's never a good sign, because you see what they're already thinking.
Yeah. Now, if you've done something violent and they saw you do something violent, maybe at that point. Maybe. But I've actually been on the receiving end of gun in the face.
Right.
One time I got pulled over right in front of my house. Barely got down the street. Cop pulls me over, asks for license and registration. I tell the story all the time.
Right. I remember this story because you told me that dude was watching you.
Yeah, watched me the whole way down. He saw me leave my house. Because his cop car used to park on the other side of the street. Walked out my house, saw him, hopped my fence, walked down the hill, get in the car. Got straight, boop, boop, boop. So he walks up, license and registration. I said, okay. I went, my wallet was in my back pocket. I'm sitting in the car. So I went to reach back for my wallet. He drew a gun, put a gun right in my face. And I froze. I'm sitting there like, what do you want me to do? You asked me for my license and registration. I'm trying to get it.
Yeah.
So I literally said, okay, what do you want me to do? He said, do you have a weapon? No, I'm reaching for my wallet, sir. Like, what do you want me to do at this point? So now, it's almost a habit at this point. Every time I get in the car, I take my wallet out and I put it in the console.
Right.
And if I get pulled over, which has happened, they'll ask for I keep my hands on the steering wheel and I let them know, sir, my wallet is in the middle console. My registration is in the glove box. Do you give me permission to grab those things? There are no weapons in the car. It's a whole spiel I have to do. And most of the time, the cops, they are annoyed that I'm even saying this. Like, yes, go ahead. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm not trying to make any sudden movements here, or what you deem to be a sudden movement. This is what we're going through now. This is what we have to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, unless you saw me like shoot at somebody or something crazy, like, no, like I'm trying to follow instructions. Most people just try and follow instructions. So yeah, you know how I feel about this.
Yeah. And then let's talk about the teacher that was caught in 4K Zoom that was calling black students lazy and stupid, and then she started to blame the parents, and it was like the way she was talking it really didn't sit right with me, because it sounded like if I was to approach her, like say, hello, my name is David, how are you? Like if I was come up to her and introduce myself, she would already like have preconceived notions about me.
That's what prejudice is and all that stuff. Yeah. And someone who's been in the schools, worked in the schools for a long time, doesn't surprise me at all.
Right.
Kids get labeled. School is probably the biggest place where kids get labeled, especially black kids. Like all the time.
Right.
Teachers have these conversations all the time. A lot of them, it's not even a kid. They've been scarred by the system themselves as being teachers.
Right.
You know, unfortunately, a couple bad apples have spoiled the rest for the rest of us as Black kids.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and also too, this is why some stuff like this annoys me.
Right.
Teachers, especially teachers.
Right.
A lot of teachers get into teaching because, you know,
they want to bully kids.
No, I don't think they want to bully kids. I don't think a lot of them do. That's why think about it, a lot of women. Yes. I think a lot of teachers get in it for the fact, the concept, the theory of educating someone. Mm-hmm. The problem with that is, one, you're dealing with children.
Right.
They don't teach you how to necessarily deal with children. First thing. Two, all of the differences that we all bring to the table.
Right.
Every race, every group, everyone, we all have differences. Boys, girls, the whole nine, especially kids.
Right.
But teachers, I feel like teachers don't think about that.
Yeah.
When they get into teaching. So now you see a whole bunch of teachers who the biggest part of their job is managing that stuff.
Right.
The educational system was not designed to compute for a lot of these things, especially when it comes to Black children, the cultural differences, the social economic stuff. Like teachers aren't trained for that. They're trying to train them now, and that stuff is BS.
Right. Another thing, real quick, with that, not everybody grew up the same way you did.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So think about it. I'm gonna throw this example out there. You take white teacher from Middle America.
Yeah.
Low population of Black kids. Let's throw her. Let's say she goes to school. She goes to college on the East Coast somewhere. Now let's throw her in Baltimore public schools. One of the roughest school systems in the country.
Yep.
She doesn't know about the culture. She doesn't know about the intricacies and details. She can't relate to any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know what to do. They don't respond to her. Why? Because kids out here don't look at you like you authority, you a snitch. You don't care about us. Whole nine.
Right.
So now they built up this whole anger. They frustrated. These Black kids, they don't understand. They don't want to learn.
No. Even in that description that you said, that's the case like a lot of the time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because think about it. To be a teacher, most of your early jobs are going to be in places you don't want to work.
Right.
Entry level stuff, which most times in the city. Mm-hmm. But not only do you not want to work, and this is where the separation comes in.
Okay.
I've seen teachers who don't know, they don't come from the neighborhood, they don't know what it is to be Black, but they try to understand and try to learn. Mm-hmm. And they keep an open mind.
Right.
They may not understand what it is, but they try and work within it.
Right.
Then there's the other group that just don't give a damn about all that. They're closed-minded. They don't see. They don't care. They're frustrated because they don't take the time to try to learn and understand the differences.
Right.
What it's like to, they don't care about all that. They don't want to know all that.
They're not trying to find middle ground.
Why can't they do this? Why can't this, like the teacher there? Why can't they? I don't know. Because they don't understand. They don't care to understand. Mm-hmm. Two different types of teachers. Mm-hmm. The first one is probably going to be somewhat effective.
Yeah.
Because they're going to try. They're going to do things. They may even break the rules. They're going to try to work within the system to try to reach the kids. The other ones, they end up just working to retire and get a paycheck. Mm-hmm. Right. And that's when you say, it is. It's ridiculous. That's why we need more teachers that look like us. That's the biggest reason. That's the biggest thing, because we understand. We know what it's like. Mm-hmm. I used to see it all the time. That's why I was so effective. Little homie come to school, he already upset. All right, if something happened at home, let me see what's going on here. And I have a little bit more understanding, some leeway. Right. Because I understand I can't teach him until we can get him to a place where he can learn. It's hard to learn when you're worried about stuff at home. Right. You don't have help. You don't have resources. You don't trust anybody because everyone in the system has been out for you. Mm-hmm. They don't understand you. They don't know what it's like. So they just discard you. They push you to the side. They label you.
Right.
So they don't, so by the time you get a little older, by the time you get to middle school, you don't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Teachers are the snitch. They the feds, as they like to say around here.
Yep.
Like,
and I've seen that. I've definitely seen that
all the time. All the time. Like I said, I've had these conversations with other teachers. They say this stuff out loud all the time.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to the family aspect, why? Because most minority families don't participate in school stuff.
Yeah.
And that happens too. So when you try to discipline this kid, you try to call home and mom cusses them out. Mom is frustrated too. She don't really, like she's had these bad dealings. The school's always calling because they don't understand. They know. So it's a whole messy system.
Right.
That doesn't work for the most part.
It doesn't. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And a lot of it is the people.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that. System isn't designed for it. So you can work within the system. You can work around the system if you truly wanted to.
Yeah.
But everybody's got to be on the same page with that.
Right.
So sorry, I'm on tangents.
No,
I'm sorry.
You're totally right. And the last thing I wanted to say about that was it's all about finding common ground. Once you find common ground, you should be able to work with everybody. But if you can't, you gotta leave that alone.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing, that's the problem.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of people aren't willing. And like take your teacher example for it.
Mm-hmm.
Not only not willing, but they're not going to step aside because now it's their livelihood.
Right.
And they're going to put their livelihood in front of me trying to understand these kids because I don't care about these kids anyway because I'm just trying to get out of here to retire.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what ends up happening. They, now you got all these, they just there. They're there. They're collecting a check.
Right.
They don't give a shit. I got 10 more years to retire. Because they in it now. It's too late.
Right.
They can't go pick another profession. They went to school for this. They got a master's degree in this. This is their profession. So they choose themselves and their livelihood over trying to figure it out. It's a lazy way out. Right. But so there's no understanding. Then also too, if you go in the game with these prejudices, and that's part of who you are, you don't give a shit anyway.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So it is. It's these. I told you, these vicious cycles, man.
Yeah.
So, any other Karens?
We got one more. So I think in this situation, there was a girl that like lived in a house full of white people, and a gun was pulled on her.
Oh, okay.
And I sent you the video. Like they were, I don't understand like what happened. I think it was said that she was like they were trying to get her to get out. And like one thing that you have to think about is, first of all, you're pulling a gun on somebody. That gun could not be registered, could be unregistered. Like even pulling that gun out is already a charge. So like there are things that like there are things that like there has to be a process for you to get to that point. And like for me, I feel sorry, and this is just for me because I always see these situations, but I've never been in them. But there should be something in your mind that should get you to, like, if I have to pull a gun on someone, like I feel like there are a million things that I have to think about in order to get to that point.
So I would say, think about the mind. See, we're thinking about it from a Black perspective.
Right.
We're thinking about it from perspective of consequences. Mm-hmm. If I pull this gun, I got to deal with this. I don't know what's going to happen. Again, like Dave said, every black person's a paralegal, so we know this stuff. Mm-hmm. Think about it from the mind of someone who doesn't give a shit about that racist. Mm. Think about it from the mind of someone that they believe if they can do what they want and the system is going to protect them. That's a totally opposite mindset. You know, like
that's sad too.
It is, but think about the system that has done this. Central Park Karen, no different. I'm gonna call the cops and I'm gonna flip the switch and they're gonna automatically believe me. I'm gonna pull the gun on this girl and I can say she did anything because she's black and they're gonna believe me.
Right.
This is how people think out here. This is why we see all this madness. This is why Karens exist.
Yeah.
Because they think they can do what they want because they have a system that's going to protect them. They believe their system is for them. And for the most part, they ain't really wrong.
Yeah.
Because that's what history has dictated.
That's what history has shown.
Yeah. So as a white person, I feel justified. I can lie, I can spin it any way I want because the cops are going to believe me. They could say this black girl is being aggressive, whatever. Mm-hmm. And they really believe that. We're starting to see instances where it doesn't work like that as much.
As much.
For the most part, it's still there.
It's still happening.
Yeah. I go back to Central Park because that's the one everyone kind of saw. Mm-hmm. If he didn't record her,
right?
If he didn't video her making that call, there would have been no proof.
Right.
They probably would have believed her. There was no proof.
Yeah.
They would have came. She said they assaulted me and they probably would have locked his ass up. Mm-hmm. But because we recorded it, we caught it on tape. We caught the sinister act on tape.
Right.
That's what we're dealing with. These people really believe they're protected. They have been protected. They're going to say whatever they want. They cry foul. Cops come running. Black person is automatically the suspect. Mm-hmm. This is scary. That's the scary part. Oh man, well, let's see we were talking about something the other day too. Oh, what were we talking about this weekend? Something similar. No, I remember me and Lexi were talking about story. I mean, like the Jameis Winston stuff like that. White girl cries rape.
Yeah.
Black dude has no chance. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't get the benefit of the doubt. We don't get any leeway. If you can 100%, 1,000% come up with some proof, some evidence, and even then, they still watch George Floyd. There's videotape of him dying.
Yeah.
That's evidence. And we still can't get that. We have that one recorded. We watched that. And even with all the proof in the world, look at what they're going. We're still fighting this battle. They just started the trial. Mm-hmm. It's not a slam dunk. You know what I'm saying? Should be a slam dunk. Killed him. Go to jail. Bam. Done. No, they don't happen for them. So this is two Americas.
Yep.
Two justice systems. And this is why we continue to see stuff like that because they have the backing.
Yep.
You got the muscle, you know. Think about remember it's like when we were kids and there's always that kid that had, if you had the one friend that could fight.
Yeah.
Everybody had the one friend that could fight. So you felt empowered. You did what you want because my man, you ain't gonna do that's my man. Or you had the friend that was like the scary dude, the intimidating dude,
Yep.
Ain't nobody mess with you.
I was definitely the friend that had to have that friend.
Yeah. Ain't nobody mess with you because they knew your mans was gonna come for you.
Right.
So if you said something to him, for me, I'm gonna say this. This is funny. For me, it was my sister.
Oh yeah, I remember us talking about that.
My sister. I don't care if she was my sister. Was not the one to be trifled with, y'all.
Right. Ride or die.
So a couple of times, and I ain't pull out the card. I ain't use that joker. I ain't use that big joker all the time.
Right.
But I knew if I had to,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. I mean, one time because I I did some girl said something to me, something crazy. She was talking all slick out the mouth. I was like, oh yeah? Okay. Say what you gotta say. As soon as I got home, pull out the big joker. Hey, Niche, hey, girl, hey, this girl, she pulled out the mouth. She said all this crazy stuff, blah, blah, blah. I went home snitched straight to my sister. It's a female. I couldn't do nothing to her. So I got somebody for you. Okay. My sister said, oh, yeah? Who is it? Snitched.
Sister was about that action.
About that life.
She said, that life.
She said, okay. She ain't pop off. She ain't get all hoopla. She said,
say less.
She said, oh, hey, say less, fam. I got you, bro. I got you, little bro. All right. I'll kid you not. The next day at school.
Next day. Yes.
The very next day. Probably about the middle of the day. I don't even know what happened. All I know is girl comes running up.
You weren't there?
No, was not there. I'm at my locker. I'll never forget this. I'm at my locker in between classes because the girl was a year older than me. So she thought she ain't know. I don't think she knew that was my sister. My sister was older than me.
Right.
Oh no, she came. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean what I said. I'm so sorry. I just want us to be cool. I don't want any problem. I don't know what my sister did till this day. Never asked her. Never brought it up. Girl was scared to death. I didn't really mean all that. Just like she was like damn near in tears. I said, oh, okay. Big joker worked. Sometimes you got to pull out that big joker. So I say all that to say, they got the big joker.
Yeah, bro.
That's
for idea for a show. We gotta get her on an episode to just say what she did.
I don't know what she did to that girl. I don't know.
I've heard this story like a few times now, and I'm just like, what did she do?
I don't know what she did. Till this day, me and the girl cordial. We've been cool. We friends. Like never had no other issues. But I don't know what happened till this day. My sister did something. I don't know. Like that's how crazy it was. So these are the types of things that we're dealing with from that side. White people got the big joker. That's the cops. Yeah. They got the muscle, Yeah. So when they go cry foul, they call their muscle up and they handle the business for them.
Right.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting. You know what? We keep going. Just like we posted that post on social media. At the end of the day, the goal is to get home. Get home, y'all.
Get home. Hug your fam.
Yep. Be safe. Just be safe out there.
Please. And this pandemic isn't over, so please continue to social distance. And when you leave the house, please wear a mask.
Yeah, wear your mask. That's another thing I saw too. Just continue to be safe, y'all. I know people itching. Like I said, I saw it this weekend. Still have my mask on. Still social distance. Continue to try to do the same. I know the weather's breaking. I know it's getting rough out here. We want to see people, but make sure we're all safe. Okay.
Yep. Oh, also get vaccinated.
Yeah, if you can. Why not? Why not, y'all? Come on.
I'm halfway there.
Yeah, come on. We ain't dying. Like, especially if you want to be in the streets. Do what you gotta do to be in the streets then.
Yep.
Go get the shots.
Yep.
So yeah. And also too, last thing I'm gonna say before we close this out. Be careful in the streets, especially at nighttime. I know in the DMV, it's been a lot of carjacking. It's been a lot of violence.
Ooh.
I know with the pandemic, people out here is really, is struggling. It's rough. People coming for people's necks. A lot of civilians out there, so if you're going out late at night, if you're going to grocery stores, if you're going places, like be smart about this stuff. If you ain't gotta be out, don't be out. Because people are really out there robbing folks, dudes is getting kids is carjacking kids now.
Yeah.
They going crazy.
That's not it.
Weather's breaking. So just be smart when you're moving around.
Right.
And they carjack these in the middle of the day. This is broad daylight stuff too.
Yeah.
So if you ain't gotta be there, think about it. Be careful. Okay. Right. So we'll be around again. Until next week, check us out, Community Coalition Show. Social media, check us on the website, YouTube channel, watch the video, share this, somebody know. Tell us what you think,
Please. And participate with us. We're on social media. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. All that.
Yep.
Talk to us. We'll talk back.
We'll talk back. Tell us what you think. But until next week, y'all, peace.
Peace out.